We're having a little trouble with the live game, but we're on. Just gonna get my Instagram set up. Good morning, Did you get a good drink, honey? Good morning, everybody. How are you? Let's get the Instagrammers going. We're gonna do a dolphin class today. Lots of dolphin. If I said dolphin and you're like, what? Don't worry about that. I'll get you there. All right. All right. Not now. Let's see. Ugh. It's always so weird. Okay. All right. Sometimes it takes me a minute. Oh, I've been doing a lot better with that lately. Yeah. I think that works. I think y'all can see me good. See me good. What am I saying? All right, so we're going to do some dolphin, and class time's a little earlier than what I had advertised. I'm really sorry, but here we are. I am teaching another class at 11:30, so that would obviously bump me out of teaching at 12 o'clock, which is what I had hoped to do. But that's okay, it's all fluid all the time. My mom sent me the cutest video. No, it was a video. It was a picture of a cat. And like some kind of jobby thing. And it had pajamas on. It was all bundled up with like a box of Oreos. And it said, I don't know what day it is, but I think it might be April 94. Right? Oh well, it is what it is. We are what we are. So let's figure out the props that we need to for today. And I'd like you to have a block for sure, the sturdiest block that you have possible. But if you have the wide blocks, these are really good, and this might be the one that you choose to use today. Make sure you have something to sit up on, some kind of blanket, and you might want to even use it as a cushion for your knees if flipping the mat over in sun salutations isn't enough padding for you. I don't think we need a strap today. I did this practice last week, and I don't believe we need that. We do not. So I think if nothing else, that kind of block would be great for you today. And if you have a rolled up mat, go ahead and grab that as well. Let's get started. Did I bring my water? I did. Good morning. I like to practice in the morning, actually. I try to super early. I like getting up early in the morning. What's your favorite time to get up? Like, have you found yourself gravitating toward a particular time that you enjoy waking up? And you just kind of keep getting up, even if you're not setting your alarm? It's all good things. Interesting things, because these times start to reveal our true preferences. And it's important to listen to that as we make decisions. This is a real decision-making time, I think, even if we can't move forward things that we're planning right away. I feel that we have a wonderful opportunity to create a plan, to work on the plans that we are going to when the green light happens, when the green light drops. And it's important to be excited about that. And it's important to actually listen to and obey the dictates of your heart as you move forward. So let's do some more heart opening, which is what dolphin is all about. So this is the dolphin class. That's a terrible dolphin. Okay, let's do A practice that's actually a little difficult for me, you may also find it a little difficult, working in Kapalabhati. We're actually going to work in Kapalabhati for 5 minutes. You're like, what? We're going to do it anyway. I'm actually going to set a timer. So I did this practice a couple of days ago, and I've been torn about actually doing it with y'all, but I'm going to do it. And partly because it's of this first piece. Like, why is that a thing? I don't know. Anyway, but there we are. So clear out your throat. I just followed wrong. And I'm going to set my alarm for 5 minutes, and we're going to work Kapalabhati. Oh, I should probably show you what that is. All right, so for those of you who don't know what Kapalabhati is, it's short bursts of air through the nose. Belly pulls back to spine. Like I just did it really fast. You may choose or find yourself varying your pace as we work 4 or 5 minutes. And as I said, is it April 94th? You know, this might be the longest 5 minutes that you ever went through in your life. But it's important to actually kind of do what you can to stay with it, and do what you can to notice how you feel about this kind of practice. Notice that it's not forever. So let's do it. So again, it's short bursts of air. Belly pulls back to spine with every exhalation. There's a passive inhalation that happens, so don't worry about starving yourself of breath or if you're going to get short. You will not. Now, if you have any kind of like very, actually, I think this one doesn't have any contraindications, so I think we're okay with that. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going ahead and I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes for us. Come into Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together. If you need props for your knees, place them under both knees. I'm turning my back because I'd like you to make sure that you're also seeing and practicing in a chest opener position. Fingertips planted behind you, palms lifted, right? So you're tenting, you're making like spiders with your hands. Push into the fingertips to draw the shoulder heads back, shoulder blades down. And activate the feet. Spread the toes, push the feet together. All right, that's the move. All right, let's get started. Stick with it as long as you can, right? Keep coming back if you'd like. We're gonna do it. Here we go. Partial breath in and begin. Got about a minute and a half. Let it go. And take a deep breath in. Do you feel more spacious? Where did your mind go, your attitude, your emotions go during that? What became more open? Did you make some adjustments while you did that practice? Did you notice that you needed to? Doing a practice for that long is, I think, a microcosm of what we're going through right now. Stay with your breath right now while I'm talking. Because it shows us that we actually do have the stamina to stay with things or to just come back to things. And that's the practice of meditation. Being willing to come back, and even if you stopped, to start again. That's what we'll need when we get an opportunity to renew our life. And it is a renewal. When we get a chance to renew our life, it will be with a different kind of stamina and attitude and openness. You can hear the difference in my voice. I can. Let's create some more differences, changes. Let's work with shoelace side bend. Anchor the right leg on top, left leg on the bottom. If you need to work in half shoelace, extend the bottom leg long. Lean out towards the right side. Place the right palm on the floor. And reach the left arm straight up. Activate the feet. Feel for moving your breath into the space that you created in your body just with that 5-minute long practice. 5 minutes can make a really big difference, as you may now know. The time that we've been spending alone. Will make a very big difference in our attitudes and our approaches to things going forward. as well as how we view the past. Into neck release position. Extend the left arm out to the side, palm down, about a foot off the floor. Stay relaxed in the neck, active in both feet. Spread the toes. Feel the skin on the soles of the feet expand. Stretch. Wake up. Relax in the neck a little more and take another deep breath in. Exhale, reach through that arm to come out of the pose. Use right hand to pick up the head. Switch sides. Bring the left shin on top of the right. And shoelace position really is a stacking of both shins. If you need to keep the bottom leg long for half shoelace, that's an option. Just extend it and keep the left ankle on right leg. Press down into the floor through the left palm. A little bit of a bend at the elbow. Inhale, reach, right arm straight up. Go in the neck completely. Instead of holding in the neck, press down to the hips. The tailbone gets long. The left palm pushes into the floor. Spread the toes on the feet to get the legs a little more engaged. And with the support you're providing yourself through your hands pressing and reaching, the hips and the legs pushing down into the ground. Notice here with those supports in place to take a deeper breath. One more breath in. And exhale, lower the right arm, reach it out to the side for neck release pose. The palm about a foot off the floor. Luxuriate in the breath that's coming in and out. Luxuriate with the creation of newness, of liveliness, of building of intelligence in your own body by virtue of feeding it more oxygen. You know you can make yourself smarter by just taking a deeper breath. You can. You also might feel more weight. To come out of the pose, keep reaching through the right arm. Exhale. Use the left hand to pick up the head. Let's come to the classic spinal twist. You can keep the bottom leg bent with the knee bend, bringing the left foot to the floor. Or again, if that's too much, you can extend the bottom leg long. The foot can be inside or outside the thigh. Find your move. Take a deep breath in, reach up through the right arm. Push down through both feet in the pelvis. And then exhale, come into a hug of the arm around the top knee. the chin be centered right over the sternum, and take a look down and make sure that's happening. Keep both feet very active. If there's any pulling or yanking at the wrist joint, shoulder joint with the twist, let that go. Let the breath come in. Stretch the torso very wide. And on exhale, notice that the twist happens. The spine will rotate on its own. Inhale, come back to center. And change sides. Place the right thigh on top of the left foot on the floor. The bottom leg can be bent or straight. Inhale, reach up through the left arm. And exhale, hug the knee into the body. Using the breath as a way of not only building intelligence, but actually building a structure within the body. On which you can rely. Your own breath coming in, you determine the quality. Using the breath as a way to stay open and yet strong. To feed into the areas that feel like they're collapsing in the body. Using it as a bolster, a bolstrod. I love those words. All right. Let's come into abs with a mat, or whatever prop you'd like to use today. And make sure that you have enough space around you to come into frog lifting through. So you'll need a little space to widen out through the knees. Excuse me, let me fix myself here. Widen out through the knees, right? With the knees bent at 90 degrees, toes flexed. That's the frog shape. So make sure you have a little space around you. Grab your prop that you're using and place it between your thighs. It can be your block, a pillow, or a blanket. I'm using my forest issued rolled up mat. It's not forest issued. I'm just messing with you. I made it with a yoga mat. That's what we do in forest yoga. You can also take a block. If you have two blocks or extra props, you can take a block between the ankles for an extra extension of energy for the entire leg line. Interlace hands at the base of the skull. We'll start with feet on the floor. Activate the feet, spread the toes. Push the heels down. Squeeze the props if you're using them. Prop if you're using one. And take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Flatten the back against the floor, curling the tailbone up. Squeeze the props. Exhale, lift the shoulders up. If you can, pull the low belly down. Give the props another squeeze. Inhale, lower the shoulders. These can be done with the shoulders down. Moves are the same. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up, squeeze props. Exhale, lift the shoulders off the floor. Give the props another squeeze and pull the belly down. Inhale, lift shoulders down. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up, squeeze the props. Exhale, lift the shoulders up, hold the belly down, get a little flatter in the low back. Give the props another squeeze. If you have further to go, you can pick your feet up at 90 degrees, knees bent. You can lose the prop between the feet if you'd like, or keep working with it. Relax the shoulders back on the floor. Take a deep breath in. Spread the toes. Exhale. Curl the tailbone up. Give the props a squeeze. Lift shoulders up. Pull the belly down. Inhale, lay shoulders down. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up. Squeeze the props. Exhale. Lift shoulders up. Pull the belly down. Give the props another squeeze. You can stay with feet on the floor, right? You don't have to be in the second stage. Find where you are able to practice in a way that doesn't make you feel like collapsing or checking out. Take a deep breath in. It's always a good start to not check out. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up. Get the back very flat. Squeeze the props. Exhale. Lift your shoulders off the floor. Pull the belly down. Inhale, lay shoulders down. We're going to do 3 more. So if you want to straighten your legs for the final 3, by all means, or keep your feet on the floor or knees bent. Interlace hands at the base of the skull. And again, all of these can be done with shoulders down. But if you can lift up, go for it. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up, squeeze props. Exhale, lift shoulders up, pull belly down. Squeeze the props again. The belly down again. Inhale, lift shoulders down. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up, squeeze the props. Exhale, lift shoulders off the floor. Give the props another squeeze. Pull the belly down. Inhale, lift shoulders down. Get a big breath in. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up, squeeze the props. Exhale, lift shoulders off the floor. Give the props another squeeze. Pull the belly down. Inhale, lay shoulders down and remove props. Frog lifting through. Pick feet up off the floor. Again, 90-degree bend at the knees. Turn toes out to the side and lower the heels just below the knee line. Interlace hands at the base of the skull. If you need to keep your shoulders low for these, please do. Keep working the leg line piece. Take a deep breath in. Lift shoulders up if you can. You can also lower them down in between sets. Right? Exhale, curl the pubic bone up, pull the belly down, and lengthen your buttocks away from the shoulders. Pull the belly down again. Inhale, breathe in the low back. Stay up in the shoulders if you can. Maybe even pull them up a little higher. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, pull the belly down, lengthen buttocks away from the shoulders, push through active feet, but keep your knees bent. Inhale into low back, get very broad. Exhale, curl the pubic bone up, pull the belly down, lengthen the buttocks away from the shoulders. Pull the belly down again, push through active feet. So the backs of the hamstrings turn on. Inhale, breathe wide through the rib cage. Exhale, curl the pubic bone up, pull the belly down, curl the pubic bone again, pull the belly down again, push through buttocks, push through heels. Deep breath in. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, push the back into the floor, curl the tailbone up again. Lengthen the buttocks, push through the feet. Inhale, lay shoulders down. Use hands to bring knees back together, feet to the floor. Bridge. Are we bridging today? We are. Of course we are. We rarely don't bridge. If you need to use a block for your bridge, though, please do. Bring arms to the sides, and then bring your hands to touch your heels. You know, I used to not be able to do that, and I can now, for some reason. You know, things change. Activate your feet. Bring your arms to your sides, palms up. Press into active feet and take a deep breath in. Notice when pushing the feet lengthens the back. Exhale, keep the length as you push even more into the feet to lift the pelvis off the floor. Relax the shoulders against the floor. Strong reach for the feet down. Using sturdy legs to keep hips up. If you're using a prop, you can place it underneath the back of your sacrum. But don't get lazy. Use the prop to push your sacrum into it. And for those of us who aren't propping up today, the same action is required, right? Push the sacrum into an imaginary box. See how that turns on the buttocks, hamstrings. Push down to the calves and the heels to complete that circuit of energy. So you don't feel like you're collapsing. Use the breath now to structure it from the inside. To fill up. To stay up. Take one more breath in. And then keep pushing down to the legs and use the exhale to ease on down. Oh, Vesper, what is it, sweetheart? Keep tucking the tailbone. You can even use your hands on the hips a little to assist that motion. Just all the way on the floor. Roll over to your side, inhaling. And then inhale, push into the floor to sit up. Hi, Vesper. Gonna go outside, honey? Let's get ready for our first dolphin. Hooray. There you go. Who joined me this morning? My Miss Layla. My Miss Layla, my niece up in New Hampshire. Love her. All right. Let's do some dolphin. So come on to hands and knees. Pad your knees if you need to, or even if you don't, consider it. It's just nice to have something soft under some joints that tend to be a little tight and over. I used to say they were poorly made. I think it's that we don't use them properly. But there we are. This is a way to teach you how to use them properly. Dolphin, first one of the bunch. Come on, bring in the dolphins. All right, bring elbows to the floor, right under shoulders. And actually, I think I gotta use my clip. I don't think I had last night. I have it now. I think I have my clip last night. All right, so come on to forearms, elbows right under shoulders. Swivel the arms to grab, hands to grab opposite arms. So you're grabbing right between the elbow and shoulder. That'll give you your distance. And then curl toes under behind you and push toes into the floor. Pull the belly in. Like this might be enough for you. All right? Swivel the hands forward to a clasp, particularly if you have a shoulder condition of any type. Otherwise, separate the forearms, placing palms flat on the floor. Fingers spread. Take a deep breath into upper back. Exhale, draw the shoulder heads back, push down to the forearms and back to the toes. Pull the belly in. Let go in the neck. Turn the chest muscles on instead. Breathe across the chest muscles and upper back. Exhale, wrap the shoulders, push through forearms, push through the feet, and maybe this time you straighten your legs, lift your hips. Keep the neck relaxed. Breathe and brighten up across the upper chest. Upper back. Exhale, draw the shoulder heads back and wrap the shoulder blades around the ribs, sliding them up into the armpits. That'll support the chest muscles working. Give a slight softness around the knees so you can really push back with the heels and the hamstrings down to the feet. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Find the supports that you need in those larger muscles without using the neck. Using the breath more. Smoothing out the edges. To come out of the pose, exhale, lower down to the knees. Turn to the tops of the toes and bring arms alongside the body. Rest forehead on the floor for embryo pose. Strengthen your breath. Embryo is always a good one too. Renew commitment to the breath. Deep breath in. Ease the breath out. And inhale. Push down through your shins to come up to a kneeling position. And by the way, in embryo, I didn't say this, you can always use a block to support the head if the floor is too far away. Can you use for support? You might need your block for support as we work in sun salutation, so make sure you have that at the top of your mat. Let's do some sun salutations. Step up to the front of the mat. Good, good. Good shape. I love when I set the cameras up right. Bring your hands to heart center. Activate the feet, spread the toes. Push down the knee heels. Lengthen the tailbone and tuck the tailbone. And soften slightly around the knees so that calves turn on, heels reach down. Tailbone will tuck a little more. Inhale, reach arms up. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, step the left leg back. Flip the edge of the mat over to pad the knee. Knee comes down, toes point. Pause. Wait for the breath in to reach the arms up. Inhale. You can keep the arms low on the hips, on the thigh, or use a block if that's more appropriate. Take another breath in. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back into a tabletop position. Toes curled under, hands under shoulders. You can stay here or on the next inhale, straighten the legs, lift the knees, come into a plank position. Belly's engaged in both shapes. Take a deep breath in. And then come down to the knees. Push against the floor, and let the elbows point straight back to come all the way down. Straighten the legs, point the toes. Low cobra position. Inhale, curl the pubic bone against the floor, lengthen the chest and lift it up. Reach back with both legs. Exhale, lower down. Push up into table again. Go the rest of the way, if you'd like, for downward facing dog. Lunge. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Bring the right knee to the floor. Pad the knee, flipping the edge of the mat. Point the toes, the back toes. Pause, set yourself up. If you'd like to use a hand on the block, a hand on the thigh, both hands on the block. Hands on hips, or inhale, reach arms up. Sophia. One more breath. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Step forward and fold. Push down into the feet, spread the toes. Inhale to come all the way up, flat back. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause here. We'll come up with a flat back if you can for everybody, but that's especially true if you have any bone density issues, osteoporosis, osteopenia, that kind of thing. What can we do to support ourselves? Use the breath to support your practice. We'll go a little quicker this time. Inhale, reach arms up. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, step the right leg back, knee down, reach arms up, point toes. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back to your tabletop position. Maybe go the rest of the way to plank pose. Pause, breathe in. Exhale, lower down to the knees, point the elbows straight back. Pushing against the floor to come down. Straighten the legs, point toes, low cobra. Inhale, curl the pubic bone into the floor, lengthen chest to lift up. Exhale, lower down. Curl toes under, pick up to tabletop position. Maybe go the rest of the way down dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, left knee down, low lunge. We'll hold here, reach arms up. Spread the toes on both feet. The back toes are very pointed though, right? They're really reaching. Breath is strong. Filling. Nourishing. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step forward and fold. Keep relaxed in the neck. Inhale, come up. Reach arms strongly, push legs down strongly, hands to heart. Pause, breathe in. Reach arms up. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, step the left leg back, low lunge. Knee down, arms can come up. Hands to the floor, exhale, step to tabletop or plank. Come down to the knees or a full chaturanga to the floor if you like. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, lower down, downward facing dog. Table to dog, always applicable. Inhale, step the left foot forward, bring right knee to floor, low lunge, we'll hold here. Hands to the floor, exhale, step forward and fold. Inhale to come up. Hands to heart, exhale. Pause, breathe in. Launch the breath out. Inhale, reach arms up. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, step the right leg back, knee down, arms up. Hands to the floor, exhale, step to tabletop or plank. Come down to the knees, lower all the way to the floor. Push into the floor, elbows are straight back. Find that in your cobra. Inhale, lengthen chest to lift. Lower down, exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, low lunge. Bring left knee down, arms up. Pause. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Lower hands to the floor, step forward and hold. Inhale to come all the way up. Final round on your own. Don't worry if you mess up the steps. Just stick with your breath. Let your breath be your guide no matter what. The commitment to the breath. Inhale, reach arms up. Go to it from here. And it's complete for you. The final breath in and out. And we'll come into a B series. 2 pose vignettes. Let's actually work basic Uddiyana for a couple of breaths to help us get a little more wide in the torso, to really open the space in order to use the breath as a support, in order not to collapse as we work through the variations on Dolphin. And in everything else, right? So in basic Uddiyana, Uddiyana means the belly flies up. So that means to take a deep breath in. We take a deep breath in, hold the breath, and then it's a great whoosh to exhale the breath out. As we do so, we pull the belly back, but there's a softening of the belly muscles in order to pull them back and up, tucking the tailbone. All right, so it looks like this. I've explained it, now watch it. Watch me first. In basic Uddiyana, we stand with feet the distance of the mat. Oh, Vesper wants to. Come on, girl. Stretchy leg, stretchy leg. All right, so in basic Uddiyana, let me see. Oh, you're all wet. Well, that kind of, yeah, yes, Vesper's here. In basic Uddiyana, Again, feet are the width of your mat. I'll stand this way so you can see. That's what it looks like. Let's see what we can do. We'll do 3 rounds. So come into your stance. And I encourage you to also lift up your shirt so you can see what's going on at the belly. Since there's a strong chin tuck, you can do that. Place the hands at the groin creases, right on the inner thigh, upper thighs, excuse me. Activate the feet. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Exhale out. Keep the breath out. Soften the belly muscles, tuck the chin. Pull the belly back to smile. The belly muscles go, and do the second 2 rounds on your own if you can. I'll give a light guidance for 2 and none for 3. Breathe deep breath in. Hold the breath. Exhale out. Keep the breath out. Pull the belly back to smile. Hold the breath. Push down in the feet. Tuck the chin. Exhale out. Keep the breath out. Pull the belly back to smile. Let belly muscles go and push through the legs to stand up. Heel toe your feet together. And let's work into the B series. I'm actually going to stop the Instagram video so you can, those who are joining me on Instagram can complete their practice. And then we'll come back. All right. And we're back. So for those of you who were on the live video for Instagram or missed it, that video always gets deleted, by the way, in order for me to come back on immediately and start resume the practice. Just so you know, and that's for the education for the YouTube people who watch it on YouTube. For those of you, like I said, so for those of you who thought do the Instagram one only, if you want the full practice, you would obviously need to come back and do this on YouTube. So my YouTube is Lisa Maxwell Loring, and Loring, and you'll find me there, and you'll find all of the videos actually recorded that you can do forever. And hi. Hi at BELLA. Not sure if you are cleared for exercise. If you have questions about that, make sure to ask your medical professionals. This is an all levels class. We are starting now with a B series after a warm and have already done the warm-ups. Thanks for joining. So there we go. Let's do the B series. So come standing up at the front of your mat and bring the feet either into a hip distance or a big toes touching position. If you haven't warmed up before doing this, I recommend doing some warm up, all right? So more than some, but take a deep breath in, sit back into chair pose. Spread the toes and push down through the heels. Pause here, take another deep breath in. And then exhale, straighten the legs, fold over thighs. Halfway lift, inhale, hands can stay on the floor, scooping the chest forward, or bring hands onto shins or thighs. Again, scoop the chest forward and push back through the hips and down through the heels. Feel for that. Pause here, take a breath in. Scoop the chest forward, pull the belly in, push back to the heels, down, back to the hips, down to the heels. Take one more breath. And then exhale, forward fold. Step back into a plank position. Again, you can work with tabletop here, right? Knees down, take a deep breath in. Exhale, come down to the knees or a full chaturanga, elbows point straight back. Point toes straight back. Cobra pose, inhale, lengthen through the chest. Exhale, lower down. Downward facing dog. You can push up through table to get to dog too, right? Warrior two, inhale, step the left foot forward, pivot the back heel down. Unlocking the shoulders. Inhale, pick up the right elbow and have it bend at 90 degrees in front of the shoulder. So it looks like this, right? In a warrior two position. Take the left thumb into the armpit and wrap the fingers around the side of the body. Take a deep breath into that side of the body. Exhale, flex the shoulder, flex the armpit, draw the shoulder blade down, pull the belly in. Take a deep breath in. If you've ever had a shoulder dislocation, do not do the second round. Keep your hand at stage one. For those of you who have never had that problem, place your hand inside your bicep. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, push the hand against the bicep. Draw the shoulder head back, shoulder blade down. Bring the hand inside the elbow. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. This is for everyone. Everyone can do stage three. Push the arm, the palm against the elbow, push the elbow back. Draw the shoulder head back, shoulder blade down. And then release. Inhale, reach arms out to the sides. Extended warrior with chest opener. Bring forearm onto the thigh, reach. Right arm straight up. And relax your neck. Strengthen the breath. Lengthen the breath. Fill with the breath. Exhale, bring the right forearm to the floor, pivot the back heel up. Step into tabletop or plank position. Tabletop is knees down. Pause, breathe in. Exhale, come down to the knees or a full chaturanga. Elbows point straight back, whatever you choose. Arms alongside the body rather than this, right? So elbows point straight back means this, not that. Cobra pose. Go for this in cobra. Inhale, lengthen the chest forward to come up. Exhale, lengthen to lower. Downward facing dog. Maybe you come up through table and go to downward facing dog. Maybe you stay in table, right? You pick. Warrior two, inhale, step the right foot forward between the hands, pivot the left heel down. Come into your warrior two shape. Unlocking the shoulders, pick up the left elbow. Again, elbow is bent at 90 degrees with the shoulder. Take the right thumb into the left armpit and wrap around the side of the body. Anchor down to both feet and take a deep breath in to the upper body. Exhale, draw the shoulder head back, shoulder blade down, flex the armpit muscle against the thumb. Sink further into the legs. Stay here if you've ever had a shoulder injury. Otherwise, bring the hand to the inner bicep. Take a deep breath in, everybody. Exhale, draw shoulder heads back, shoulder blade down, and push the bicep into the palm, palm pushes back. Everybody, no matter what, bring your hand to the inner elbow. It looks like this. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, push the hand against the elbow. Elbow pushes back. Shoulder heads draw back. Shoulder blades draw down. Push again. Release. Inhale, reach arms out. Exhale, bring right forearm onto thigh, reach left arm up for chest opener. Let go in the neck. Get stronger in the breath. Be desperate. Soften the shoulders. Strengthen the action in both legs. Then release. Bring both hands to the floor. Step back to your tabletop or plank position. And then come down to the knees. For low cobra, not low cobra, dolphin, one arm behind the back. Bring forearms to the floor, right underneath the shoulders. Grab upper arms to measure distance. Knees are under hips, toes are curled under. Swivel forward and interlace the hands if you've had a shoulder issue. Otherwise, separate the palms. Knees can stay up or down for these moves, right? If the knees are staying down, you're bringing just one arm behind the back and grabbing onto the waistband of your pants. If you're going further, you're straightening the legs and doing a similar action. Right? I'll call it out. Take a deep breath into upper back, upper chest. Exhale, draw the shoulder heads back, shoulder blades down. Push against the toes and lift hips. Keeping the neck relaxed. Push down through the right forearm and lighten up on the left arm. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the left hand behind the back to grab a hold of some part of your clothes. These can be up or down. Wrap the right shoulder blade around the ribs and guide it forward into the armpit, just like we did in those unlocking the shoulder moves. And take a deeper breath in. Keep the neck relaxed. Find other muscles to use. You've got a lot. You can come down to your knees between sides if you need to, or simply change sides. Bring left forearm to floor. Get solid in both arms. Breath in. Exhale, wrap the shoulder blades down. Push the left forearm against the floor and take the right arm behind the back. Grab some part of your clothes. Breathe where your hand is touching you on the back. Breathe a little longer on the inhale. And longer on the exhale. Release the right arm. Bring both forearms to the floor. And then lower down to the knees. Bring hands under shoulders. And push back. Downward facing cat. Downward facing dog. Warrior two. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Pivot the back heel down. Push into the feet to come up. Ostrich. Interlace hands behind the back. Point the knuckles to the floor. And take a deep breath in. Push down through the feet. And then come into the fold. Exhale. Stretch the breath through the low back, mid back, upper back, and push down through your feet even more. Lengthen through the legs. Lower the hands to the back and straighten the front knee. Pyramid pose. You might want to grab your block, pivot the back heel up, and bring that foot a bit closer to the front foot. Walk wider with the left foot and bring both hands onto the block. Spread the toes on both feet. And get a little softness around the knees so the calf muscles lengthen and push into the floor. Let go in the neck. If you have further to go, fold over the front thigh. Let go of the neck even more. Now lift from the belly. Pushing down through the legs helps that. And then step back. Tabletop or plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, come down to the knees or a full chaturanga. Make sure the elbows point straight back. Shoulders are broad. Inhale, lengthen through the chest forward. Feel for turning on the chest muscles here. Exhale, lower down. Come up on the hands and knees. For Dolphin, one leg up. Bring forearms to the floor. Grab upper arms, measure distance. Again, this can be done on hands and knees, just lengthening one leg straight back. Right? You're going to want to do that later. Just wait. Otherwise, take a deep breath in, everybody. Anchor down through the forearms. Push through the toes, lift hips. Stay on your knees if you'd like, but keep pushing the toes against the floor. And that goes for everybody. Inhale, reach the right leg straight back behind you. Feel for lengthening through the back thigh, lifting the back of the thigh to the ceiling. But keeping the hips squared to the floor. And turn on the chest muscles, wrap the shoulder blades. And then keep reaching through that leg to bring it to the floor. Come down to the knees, hands under shoulders. Inhale, downward facing dog. Hello, Vespertine. Inhale, step the right foot forward between the hands, feet of warrior two. Interlace hands behind the back. Anchor down on your feet and inhale. Stretch your breath through your chest, upper back. Lengthen the muscles along the bones. Push down through both legs. Forward fold. Release the hands to the low back. And then pivot the hips forward, pivot the back heel up. Step the back foot forward for pyramid. My block is far away, so I'm going to use my rolled up mat here. So whatever prop you're using, place it under your chest. And maybe step the right foot a little wider, by the way. The back toes are almost nearly completely forward. Hips squared forward. Take a deep breath in. Lengthening through the back with the breath. Tuck the tailbone and, like in those chair poses, pushing back through the hips and down through the heels. Go in the neck a little more. And release. Bend the front knee, move your props, step back, plank pose or tabletop. Breathe in. Come down to the knees or a full chaturanga to the floor. Cobra pose, inhale. Lengthen through the upper back to come up. Exhale, lower. Push up on the hands and knees. Dolphin, one leg up. Let's do the other side. Bring elbows to the floor under shoulders. Grab upper arms to measure distance. Curl toes under. Bring the hands forward to a clasp or palms down. Forearms separated. Take a deep breath into upper back. Exhale, wrap the shoulder blades around the ribs, slide them into the armpits, pushing up through the legs and the hips if you're going further. One leg up, inhale. Feel length of the butt, lift it up. Stay relaxed in the neck. Reach through the heel. Feel the thigh bone lifting back and up. Both hips squaring to the floor and the front of the mat. Let go in the neck. Keep reaching through the back leg to bring it to the floor. Lower knees to the floor. Bring hands under shoulders. Downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Coming into half moon pose. Bend the front knee slightly. We worked this pose last night in a variation. And I'll show them to you here. So bend the front knee to 90 degrees, actually. And then curl the back toes under so the heel lifts. Now this might be your move, and you can place both hands on the block, pulling up on the belly, pushing back through the hips, pushing through the back toes. And then begin to lengthen that leg, lengthening the thigh bone back and lifting it towards the ceiling. If you have further to go, continue that action in the back leg, shifting weight into the front foot and lifting the back leg. Reaching up. Keep reaching through the back leg, the back buttock, the back heel. And the arm can be down if you need to. Vertical splits. Pivot the hips so they square up with the floor. You can bring your block in closer and walk the left foot a little wider. Both hands can come to the block. Stay lifting and reaching through that back leg if you can. It's not easy. You can lower your block to any height, maybe bring your palms to the floor, but feel for them pushing into something. And feel for pushing down for the left leg and reaching back to the right leg. And keep reaching to bring it all the way to the floor. Come into downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Keep the knee bent. Lift the back heel coming onto the ball of the back foot. Toes curled under. Anchor down through the right heel and feel for that reach back and up through the left thigh bone. And the whole back line of the leg lighting up, reaching, energized. And further into half moon, begin to come onto the tippy toes on the back leg. Shift weight into the front leg and begin to lift. Reach to the back leg no matter what. Maybe moving the block forward, removing one hand and reaching that hand up to the ceiling. Strengthen your breath. It's like the last thing we want to do in the balance pose, right? Give a little softness around the right knee so you can access the whole foot and push it into the floor. Vertical splits. Pivot the hips towards the floor. Bring your block closer in. You can walk the right foot a little wider. Keep reaching through the back thigh. Down through the right heel. Elbows point straight back. Even here. Keep reaching through the back leg to bring that foot to the floor. Let's work with Dolphin strut. Maybe we'll work one leg up. Let's see what we got. Come on to hands and knees, elbows under shoulders. Swivel the arms and find your distance. This is actually a safety move as well. Swivel the hands forward to a clasp, or separate the forearms, palms press into the ground. Let go of the neck. Take a deep breath into upper back. This can be done also on hands and knees, so feel free to stay there and work the moves. Curl the pubic bone forward, push back to the toes, straighten the legs, lift hips if that's where you're going. The only difference between us and the knee in this position and the knees down position would be to walk the feet forward wider. Stay anchored in the right forearm, everybody. Release the left arm to reach back to grab the left leg. You can grab the thigh, below the knee, or somewhere closer to the ankle. Keep wrapping the right shoulder blade around to lift up and engage in the right arm more. Maybe shifting the weight into the left leg so the right leg becomes light and you lift, taking a deep breath in. Keep reaching through that right leg like mad, pushing down the right forearm. You can do this on your knees. Keep reaching through the leg to come down to the floor. Bring both forearms to the floor and take a break between sides if you need to. Get anchored in both forearms. Find that shoulder blade wrap. Wrap around towards the chest, sliding the shoulder blades into the armpits. All right, left forearm will stay grounded. Lighten up the right arm and bring it back to a hold on the lower right leg. Find your placement. Wrap the left shoulder blade again to strengthen the connection of the forearm. And then reach the left leg straight back. The right leg stays grounded. Breath stays strong, and that reach to the back leg is so strong. Extend through that thigh bone. Lift it to the ceiling. Deepen the breath. And then keep reaching through that leg to lower down. Bring both forearms to the floor. Walk the feet together, pause, breathe in. Exhale, lower down to the knees. Right? All right. Downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward, feet of warrior one. Pivot the back heel down. Inhale to come up and interlace hands behind your back. Fire up that back leg. They think they know how to do that now, right? Or there's definitely more intelligence that you build back there. Deepen the breath. And then exhale and then forward fold. Don't give up on your breath. Stay with it. You'll need it for triangle. Lower your hands onto the back and straighten the front knee. Pivot the back heel down, and you might need to bring the left foot closer in for heel to arch alignment. Take your block, place it inside the right foot, and inhale, reach the right arm straight up. I don't know many people who can actually move into the floor and keep alignment. So the alignment pieces would be to get the left sit bone tucking under and the right foot pushing back, which demands that you be up a little higher so you can breathe. The whole point. So again, tuck the left sit bone under and push. And release. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, inhale, step the right foot forward, pivot the back heel down. Interlace hands behind the back to come up. Or come up and find the interlace, it's fine too. Sink down in the hips. Take a deeper breath in. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale to release. Lower the hands to the back, straighten the front leg. Triangle pose. Walk the right foot in a little bit closer for heel to arch alignment. Make that line. Do the visual. Bring the block inside the left foot, and I'll get it so I'm facing you more. Inhale, reach left arm straight up. Actually, the block's inside the right foot, my bad. Right foot, front. And as with the left side, tuck the right sit bone under and reach up for the back arm, top arm. Reach down to the back of the left thigh. Strengthen the breath. And release. All right, we're gonna work another version of Dolphin. Optional, of course. If you prefer to work in some of the versions that we've already done, please do. You can even work Dolphin up on the wall at this point, right? If you want to. You want to play with that a little bit. That was a class I taught a couple of days ago. This time we'll do a dolphin grabbing opposite ankle. Maybe lifting opposite leg. So come onto the forearms. Grab upper arms to measure distance. And then swivel forward to a clasp or palms down. Deep breath in. Toes are curled under, belly's engaged. Wrap the shoulders. Exhale. Lift hips up if you're going there. This time, anchoring into the left arm, lighten up the right arm and reach back to grab the left thigh or below the knee, or further below if you can. Really wrap the left shoulder blade, pull it into the body, and slide it forward into the arm. That'll help square the hips. Squaring the hips is also found by lengthening through the back thighs into the floor. Let go of the neck. I don't know if I can lift my legs, so I'm not gonna. That might be too much and will reduce my ability to breathe. So I'm not gonna do it. So bring the right forearm to the floor. Square up. Do what you need to. If you need to take a break between sides, please do. Take a deep breath into upper back. Exhale, wrap the shoulder blades, tuck the tailbone, that's for everybody, and then begin to release the left hand to reach back to grab some part of the right leg at the thigh or below the knee. Scoop that right shoulder blade into the body. Push back through the thigh bones and down through the thigh bones into the floor. Little softness around the knees. Deeper breath, deeper. Release. Bring the left forearm forward. Take one final breath in. And then bring these down to the floor. Pigeon. Extend the left foot forward, left knee forward. And I recommend placing some kind of prop underneath your left hip. As the leg comes forward, the hip finds a little higher floor. The back knee can be quite bent in order to keep the front shin parallel with the front of the mat. I should probably turn to the Instagram mat. We'll do that. Forward fold. As with all the other shapes we've done, feel for lengthening to the back thigh and feel it reaching towards the ceiling. Both feet are active, toes spreading. Right, Sophia. Inhale to sit up. And bring the back leg forward for shoelace pose. Activate both feet, and you can work in half shoelace with the bottom leg extended. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, fold. Inhale to sit up and change sides. What's that, Missy Fruit? Is that Vesperland? Yes, Sophia and Vesper. And little practitioners today. Extend the back leg behind you to any degree, but still keep the thigh bone active. Prop up the right hip in order to bring the right shin parallel with the front of the mat. Forward fold into pigeon. And even here, feel the elbows pointing straight back. Although pigeon is a more yin pose, this is keeping the breath strong and just as much of the structure of this shape as any other pose that is more challenging. And shift off to the right slightly in order to bring left leg forward for shoelace. Stacking the left shin on top of the right or on top of the right leg wall. This is also an option. It's called double pigeon in other traditions. This is a pigeon forward fold as well. Activate the feet. Lengthen through the thigh bones, forward fold over the legs. Inhale to sit up. Unwind the legs and come into your Shavasana, which is where I will leave you now. All of the classes are by donation. So feel free to PayPal, send me a donation at PayPal. And they're basically, they're offered free. I'm here for you. So send me any requests that you want, any likes, shares, subscribes that you also do are also welcome. Let me know whatever it is that you're looking for, what kind of poses you want to work on, that kind of thing. And most poses are in my repertoire, I would say 99.9% of them. And I'm happy to do tutorials on those too, so we could work, not just the sequencing up to a pose, but the real breakdown of the shape. And anything else you want to work on. So just let me know what it is that you need, times, days, what have you. And know that these are my gift for you, and they are my pleasure. And I'm very happy to be able to do this and share the skills that I've learned and to complete and to refine and hone my skills. For those of you, again, who follow on Instagram, definitely check out the YouTube at Lisa Maxwell Loring, and you will find all of the videos in their entirety on that page, where you can skip through whatever little cat stuff or whatever is happening and continue your practice. I thank you. Enjoy your Shavasana. Namaste. What's up, Miss?